Leica Q3 43 Honest Review. Real results, full bundle truth, and who it is really for. What if the camera you have been searching for was never about more lenses? It was always about one perfect lens. Most photographers spend years swapping glass, chasing versatility, and still walking away feeling like something is missing. I know a travel photographer who carried 3 lenses on every trip and used exactly one almost every single time. That realization changed everything for her. Simply one lens. If that resonates with you at all, stay with me, because this might be exactly what you have been looking for. Here is what nobody tells you clearly enough. The real frustration for serious photographers is not a lack of megapixels or video specs. It is the constant mental weight of carrying too many decisions into every shooting situation. Which lens fits this moment? Is this the right body for today? Should I switch? That cognitive drag is exhausting, and it quietly chips away at your enjoyment and your output over time. A documentary photographer I spoke with described standing at a festival, paralyzed between a 35mm and a 50mm, while the moment he came for simply disappeared in front of him. The dull ache of that missed shot stayed with him for weeks. Gear complexity masquerades as creative freedom, but for many photographers, it actually works against it. You feel it as a faint pressure behind the shoulders when your bag is too heavy and your decisions too many. There has to be a cleaner, more intentional way to work. Then everything changed the moment I stopped treating focal length as a limitation and started treating it as a commitment. Don't just pick any compact camera. Make sure it has a fixed apo-corrected lens so you never experience that restless, indecisive, gear-swapping paralysis again. That shift led me directly to the Leica Q3 43, and the clarity was immediate. The 43mm apo-summicron f2 lens sits at the diagonal of a full-frame sensor, a perspective so close to natural human vision that your images simply feel true rather than constructed. Pair that with a 60.3 megapixel full-frame BSI CMOS sensor, and your files carry enough detail that in-camera crops to 75 or 90mm equivalent still produce images worth printing large. IP52 weather sealing lets you shoot confidently through light rain. The tilting touchscreen and 5.76 million dot OLED viewfinder make composing feel deliberate rather than rushed. A street photographer I know described picking up the Leica Q3 43 and immediately producing her most satisfying work in years. Not because it simplified everything, but because it demanded full creative presence. That presence changes everything. One question worth sitting with: how does this actually hold up when expert reviewers and long-term users test it seriously? The evidence is both deep and consistent. DP Review awarded the Leica Q3 43 an 89% overall score, describing it as delivering a perfectly normal view of the world through its 43mm lens, a perspective that draws you in rather than announcing itself. Amateur Photographer went further, calling it compact perfection, and noting superlative raw image quality alongside exceptional build quality. Tom's Guide praised the Maestro 4 processor for capturing wide dynamic range with beautiful color rendering in real-world shooting. And long-term owners tell a similarly compelling story. One user who had shot over 40,000 frames with the camera described it simply as a superb photographic companion, delivering stunning image quality across wildly different environments. Reliable. Consistent. The autofocus is not the fastest on the market. That is the honest trade-off. But for portrait, street, and travel work, the rendering more than earns its place. If the Leica Q3 43 feels like the camera that finally matches how you actually want to shoot, the next step is genuinely simple. This is a camera that rewards commitment. One lens, one perspective, and images that carry a quality and character you will recognize immediately. A growing community of travel photographers, documentary makers, and everyday enthusiasts have made it their permanent carry. The affiliate link is waiting in the description and pinned comment below. One photographer told me she stopped looking the day she picked it up. Start there.
For demo videos and current pricing, check the link in the description.